The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. Pay attention. Keep the law, hey, keep the law, keep the law, hey, keep the law. It's a Levite named Moses, wrote the first 5 books. Remember 1 John 5 and 3, no matter how it looks. Keep the law, keep the law, hey, keep the law, hey, keep the law. Stand firm, steadfast, no keep matter how it seems. Hebrew Israelite 13, Trap Judah. Gotta keep your eyes moving. Know them hormones get to raging. Stay focused on salvation. Resist that fornication. When they see you, you be smiling, but inside you're full of anger. Lack of affection and acceptance. You felt like a stranger in a household where they raised you. It was always some commotion. Wish your family was closer, but between y'all is an ocean. Now that's in the atmosphere, turn you apart. Better pull yourself together. Ain't nothing but the devil. Let us not take our highest grace for granted. Messiah died so we can live. How you think that make him feel? Hebrews chapter 10, verse 24 and 25. Righteous fall 7 times. Get back up and strive. Keep the law. Hey, keep the law. Gotta keep the law. Keep the law. Hey, keep the law. Gotta keep the law. There's a Levite named Moses. Wrote the already know the scope, Brian and wine. John 5 and 3, no matter the way to destruction. Keep the law. Keep the law. Now we're straight. Hey, keep the law. Hey, keep the law. Stand firm, my commitments, no matter how it's not to man. 24 to the most high. Keep the law.
All right. Peace and blessing to the chosen, man. Torah morals. The subject at hand. Don't sleep with your brother's wife. You sleep with your brother's wife, man. It's a sign, an action, and a deed that's disloyal. There's something that's nasty and disgusting. There's something that's wicked. All right, and according to the commandments of the Most High, man, that is transgression, that is sin. So we're gonna open it with Proverbs 7 and 2. Proverbs chapter 7, verse 2. And what it reads, it says, keep my commandments and live. And my law is the apple of thine eye. So the Most High instructing us through his word, keep his commandments and live. That's our safeguard. That's what we're going to have protection in. Keep my commandments and live. So one of those commandments is don't sleep with your brother's wife. Let's go to Leviticus. Peace and blessing to everybody who tuning in, everybody who will catch the message later. All right, Leviticus chapter 20, verse 21. And it reads, it says, and if a man shall take his brother's wife, not his own, if he shall take his brother's wife, it is an unclean thing. He have uncovered his brother's nakedness. They shall be childless. All right, so the Most High showed you that don't do this. And also, here's the judgment. If that happens, you mingle like that, man, those people not going to be able to produce a child behind it. You're going to cut them off, the generation and your inheritance, your posterity. If it comes through that means, it's going to be cut off. It's going to cease. All right, so don't sleep with your brother's wife. That's disgusting. Sisters, that means that if you allow yourself or choose to sleep with your husband's brother, you are a harlot. You are a whore. All right, when we just being clear, don't do that. That's not of the Most High. Don't sleep with your brother's wife. Let's go to Matthew 14. Matthew chapter 14. The book of Matthew, chapter 14. All right. And we're going to start with, let me see what I want here. I'm going to start with verse 1. It says, at that time, Herod the Tetrarch heard of the fame of Yeshua and said unto his servants, this is John the Baptist. He is risen from the dead, and therefore mighty works do show forth themselves in him. For Herod had laid hold on John and bound him and put him in prison for Herodias' sake, his brother Philip's wife. So Herod, one of the tetrarchs, has now taken his brother Philip's wife to himself, married her. Disgusting. That's wicked. Verse 4 says, For John said unto him, It is not lawful for thee to have her. So he just coming out of the Torah. We're talking about Torah morals, morals on how to deal with one another, morals in our relationships and our associations. Torah morals, family. All right, and within it, it tells us, the Most High instructors, you cannot marry your brother's wife. All right, verse 5 says, For when he would have put him to death, he feared the multitude because they counted him as a prophet. But when Herod's birthday was kept, the daughter of Herodias danced before them and pleased Herod. Seemed like he might have an eye for the niece. We don't know. There's speculation. Verse 7, whereupon he promised with an oath to give her whatsoever she would ask. And she, being before instructed of her mother, said, Give me here John Baptist's head in a charger. Look how far the wickedness goes. The mama's so mad about the brother bringing the Torah, the commandments, the law of the Most High, morals to these parties to let them know, man, there's not nothing pleasing in the sight of the Most High. She's so mad that she has the opportunity to be. He said, I give you whatever you want. She could have chose anything. Hey, why don't you make my family a part, agreement that for generations to come, we are always have some type of connection with royalty and never have to want for anything. That didn't come in her mind. She's still mad at the man of the Most High God, John the Baptist here, for telling him, you not supposed to be with your brother's wife. And because of that anger, she said, hey, bring me John the Baptist's head. That's what she wants. Verse 9, and the king was sorry, nevertheless, for the oath's sake. And them which sat with him at meat, he commanded it to be given her. And he sent and beheaded John in the prison. And his head was brought in a charger and given to the damsel, and she brought it to her mother, teaching that same thing to her daughter. This is why it's wicked as well. You showing this thing to your children, and the children in the thing, well, it's okay for us to operate like that. All right, and even while we at it, as it says, don't sleep with your brother's wife. Understand this too, family. Not only from the perspective and the standpoint of a man, that also goes for a sister who don't sleep with, you know what I mean, your husband's sister, you know what I'm saying, your brother's wife, meaning also, this is your sibling. He's married, sister. Don't you go dealing with your brother's wife. That there is abomination. Matter of fact, let's get it. Leviticus 20. Peace and blessing, peace and blessing. Sedekah, peace and blessing. Let's go to it. Leviticus 20. Torah morals, family. Leviticus 20, verse 13 says, If a man also lie with mankind, as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. So the act of consummating flesh, and these are same gender. Listen, the penalty for that is death. We don't care about being politically correct. We're talking about being correct with the Most High. Torah morals. If you're a homosexual and you commit that act, you die. That's the penalty for it. That's the death for that lifestyle. All right, and we don't have, everybody ain't gonna have that chance. You get a chance to repent, but if you choose not to and you die in that lifestyle, you're gonna burn in hell. Torah morals. All right, let's go to Mark chapter 6. I want to prove something because we didn't see it in Matthew where it said that Herod actually married Herodias. All right, so understanding the synoptic gospel, there's your Matthew, Mark, and your Luke. These disciples of the Messiah, they wrote about the accounts and the things that he did, but they wrote it from their perspective. So within the synoptic gospels, all of the gospels from their perspectives, you have certain things that's different, but then you have similarities. But nonetheless, they all for our learning. Mark chapter 6, verse 14, it says, And King Herod heard of him, for his name was spread abroad, and he said that John the Baptist was risen from the dead, and therefore mighty works do show forth themselves in him. Got this same type of language that we picked up from Matthew. All right, verse 15 says, Others said that it is Elias, and others said that it is a prophet, or as one of the prophets. But when Herod heard thereof, he said, It is John, whom I beheaded. He is risen from the dead. Verse 17, For Herod himself had sent forth and laid hold upon John, and bound him in a prison for Herodias' sake, his brother Philip's wife. For he had married her. That's disgusting. If you marry your brother's wife, or if you deal with your brother's wife, that's disgusting. That's wicked. That's disloyal. That's unclean. All right, and it's not pleasing in the sight of the Most High. So we just going over the Torah morals, the Torah morals. Don't have your eye on your brother's wife. That's all we teaching. We teaching instruction. We ain't been taught this. We've been taught through the music. Keep it in the family. Deal with it. Hey, just everybody just mixing blood, just wicked and nasty. All right, let's go to Leviticus 18. Torah morals. Don't sleep with your brother's wife. Leviticus 18, family. Leviticus chapter 18. I want verse 16. It says, thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy brother's wife. It is thy brother's nakedness. All right, for some, that might be kind of a mystery, like, okay, nakedness, what is that? So let's go to the Strong's Concordance. Let's get the Hebrew word, because if you don't know, the Bible was transliterated out of the original language, being Hebrew, into, Aramaic, into English, also in Greek. But we reading it from the English, so we're gonna take it back to that of what was said in Hebrew. All right, so what was the Hebrew word there for nakedness, and what does that word mean? And the concordance is 6172, which that word is erva, erva. All right, from 6168, meaning nudity, literal, especially the pudenda. All right, and we're gonna get the definition of that. uh, Especially the pudenda, or figurative, disgrace, blemish, nakedness, shame, unclean, uncleanness. Pudenda. The definition of pudenda, family, is this: a person's external genitals, especially a woman's. So again, a person's external genitals, especially a woman's. So this is telling us that it's not talking about just, you know, in any type of metaphorical understanding. It's talking about actually seeing somebody without articles of clothing on, having your private parts, as we call them, revealed and exposed. We don't want to do none of that. We don't supposed to see none of that. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus, or Sirach, chapter 9. I'm gonna give verse 6 and verse 9, family. Flip right to it. All praise to the Most High. Ain't that something? All right, Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 6, it says, give not thy soul unto harlots. All right, and we're going here because Herodias, Philip's wife, who this wife married Herod, is a harlot. That's a whore. Any woman who plays in this role to marry your husband's brother, you are a harlot or a whore. We just being straight with it. You don't want that title, don't commit that act. That's all we saying here. Give not thy soul unto harlots, that thou lose not thine inheritance. So according to Leviticus 20:21, it told us if a person does this, those parties, that brother that married his brother's wife, said they shall be childless. Children, posterity is an inheritance for the generator to pass on information, all these other things. So with that being understood, the Most High is telling you won't be continuing your bloodline through that means. You're going to lose your inheritance. Verse 9 says, sit not at all with another man's wife. I'm going to read that again. Sit not at all with another man's wife, nor sit down with her in thine arms. Don't be embracing your brother's wife. Now, that don't mean we ain't going to communicate. We family here. We supposed to be. We're supposed to be able to have dialogues and celebrate the feast days amongst one another. But we talking about if you engaging with one of you, holding all in your arms, and y'all speaking on secrets between y'all, and the brother ain't involved. Okay, you out of order if you're doing it. That's wicked. That's disloyal. All right. It says, and spend not thy money with her at the wine, because wine maketh merry. It also tampers with our soberness. You might not be thinking straight. All right. So with that being said, we want to be sober. Don't deal with her at the wine. It says, lest thine heart incline unto her, and so through thy desire thou fall into destruction. And then it can even lead between, not only is it disloyal, you hurting your brother, you know what I mean, you're hurting the family. Now y'all causing a war, separation between y'all, based off you dealing with somebody else belonging. That's his mate. That's your brother's mate. All right, so don't do that. Let me go here to Revelation 22 and 14 to close out. Y'all got any questions for the Torah morals? Just what listen, drop them in the comments right now. Smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't. And those who may not be aware, uh, YouTube for whatever reason, took away like 335 of the subscribers. I didn't tell them to do this. So you might have to resubscribe. When you hit the like button, it'll alert others. They see those numbers, and that puts us in the algorithm for anybody who may hear this message. All right, keeping in mind as far as the truth and being brought into the culture, understanding the Most High, growing with the Most High. A lot of us, we came in through somebody just simply sharing a video. It was our own time word for them. Revelation 22, verse 14 says, blessed are they that do his commandments. One of his commandments, if you want to start practicing, building on your relationship with the Most High, is don't sleep with your brother's wife. Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life and may enter in through the gates into the city. All right. If everything is understood, y'all drop your comments, any questions. I'm gonna give you about I give you a few set, not too long, maybe a minute for people to drop the questions or comments and concerns, and then I'm gonna close out. Salute to y'all saints, salute to y'all truth troops at war with the devil, at war with these demons, at war with the system, at war with the beasts. We ain't laying down. We ain't waving no white flags. Torah morals, family. Torah morals. Salute to everybody who tuning in. I see no questions. I see no comments. I see no concerns. Heard salute. Until next time, peace and blessings. Shalom.